Hi, my name's Lee Matthews and I'm a physiotherapist, and this is Pilates Rehab Relax. So today I'm going to guide you through a much harder, much more challenging level Pilates routine in standing. It's going to be a level that would probably be challenging to me, and I'd say it's aimed at people that are regular gym goers that can do a good hour-long exercise class without having too many difficulties. If you've got things like underlying back pain, if you're looking to build yourself up gently towards improving your fitness levels, this is not a good starting point. And if you follow the link above, it will take you to the gentle version of this, and there's also an intermediate version as well. But this is aimed at just making the stuff that we're doing available to all different levels, and I want to make sure that if people want a tummy trembler, this is the good place to go. So during the exercises, I'm going to use a couple of weights. I've got two 1.25 kilogram weights here. You could use 2 bottles of water maybe. So if you had 2 largest bottles of water, that would be about 1 kilogram. Find stuff around the house. It doesn't need to be expensive, but I've got a couple of weights. I'm going to use them. I might regret it. Who knows? You need a nice clear space as well. So I'm going to use my exercise mat. Again, just make sure you're not going to crash into any of the furniture. So pop your weights down to one side. You'll definitely be coming back to those later, yeah. And don't forget to click like and subscribe for all of the latest stuff that I'm doing. So we better start off by doing a warm-up, if that's okay. So what I want you to do for me is a little bit of Pilates style running. So my toes stay on the mat when I'm doing this, and it's just bouncing up and down there. So because we're going to work a little bit harder with this routine, it's really important to do a little bit of a warm-up at the beginning. So here we go. So get those arms in. I'm going to go a bit faster. If you've got any music, by all means put it on. Right, well how about we do some squats then? So same sort of foot position. I'm going to drop down like I'm sitting down into a chair behind me. So my knees drop over my toes and I'm coming down there. So let's do a few of those, shall we? And obviously getting those arms in on the act as well. So yeah, if we just get some blood flow into the muscles of our legs and our arms, if we get those joints used to being moved, then we're far less likely to encounter injury during the session. There you go. Right, well how about we do some lunging? So striding out in front of you, bring your weight onto that front leg, and again, let's get those arms in, get the heart working a little bit. So again, you work at your own pace through this workout. I'm trying to keep it a little bit challenging. So either, if you find it's too much, just stop with what you're comfortable with. And you can always just do 1 or 2 of them rather than the full set of 5 or however many I've done. And just wait for the next exercise. And it might be just do part of the workout to begin with. Might be think, you know what? I need to go back to the intermediate level one, and that's fine as well. Right, so up onto tippy toe, and we're going to walk forwards and backwards on the mat, and let's get those arms up nice and high as we're going forwards and backwards. So you might run a little lap of your front room as you're doing this, but leaning over to one side, leaning over to the other, and give those arms a shake. Right. So let's go do some Pilates. So throughout the routine, I'm looking for good standing posture. And if I was to try and find a good standing posture, what I'd be looking for is if you hung a plumb line, which is a nice vertical piece of string with a weight on the end, I'd be looking for that to intersect with where my earlobe is, where my shoulder is, down through where my hip is, and that's roughly where the seam of your trousers or shorts might be, down through the midpoint of the knee, and then down to the knobbly lump on my ankle. So if I slouch, can you see that definitely isn't the case, because my hips and my shoulders are way in front of my knobbly lump on my ankle. But if I bring my weight over my heels, if I lengthen from the spine, then we get that vertical line there. Don't forget to centre the pelvis, so we've got that gentle curve in the back here, and arm nice and wide through the collarbones, and also engaging those tummy muscles when we do any of the exercise. So the first one we're going to do, single leg stretch. So what we're going to do, you transfer your weight over onto your right leg, keep that muscle working. Imagine you've got a drink balanced on the crown of your head, and bring your leg out in front of you, and let's make some circles from the ankle. We should do 5 one way and then 5 the other, and then back the other way. So you might well feel your muscles working a wee bit on the front of the thigh there as well, and back down again. Other side, sorry. Bring your weight over, this time it'll be onto your left. Bring your right leg up in front of you, and again holding that position and making some circles there. And back down again. And again, transferring your weight over onto your right, engage the core, leg up in front of you, and making some circles. And reversing the direction, and back to the other side again. So weight over to your left, leg up in front of you, and making some circles there. First one way, and then the other. Okay, so we're going to move on to doing some hip circles now. So we're going to up nice and tall, we're going to be up nice and tall, engage the core, and bringing your weight over onto your right leg, and bring your left leg up in front of you. You might be able to get it all the way up. I've got tight hamstrings, and we were doing the circles for the ankle before. Let's try and draw a circle with the hip this time. So imagine that you're trying to draw a big circle, but keeping the leg nice and straight. And should we change direction? And back down again. And the same over to the opposite side. So engage those tummy muscles, bring the weight over, up in front of you. So this time it will be your right leg, making some circles first one way, and then circles in the opposite direction, and down again. One more on each side. There you go. Transfer the weight over, engage the core, making some circles, and swap directions. And back down again, and the same to the opposite side. And down again. That's good. Okay, what do you think? Pick those weights up. Let's do it. So Make sure you don't drop them, yeah. Use what comes to hand, but be safe above all else, yeah. So what we're going to do now is the double leg stretch, which is an arm movement. So on an outward breath, I'm going to make a large circle. I'm going to first of all bring my arms up in front of me, and then on an outward breath, I bring them up towards the ceiling, and then as I breathe in, they're going to come back down to the start position. So you're basically trying to draw a circle. It might be one above shoulder height. You might start with doing them just down here if you wanted the easier version. So find your start position, engage those tummy muscles, and then as you breathe out, and then drawing that circle. And again, and out. It's good. We'll combine it with some leg movement now. So as I go up in front of me, I'm going to bring one leg out in front, and then as I come down with the arms to the start position, I draw the leg back in again. So we'll alternate legs as both arms go up. So here we go. That's good. And back to the start position. Okay, well we're going to keep these in our hands for a lot of the workout now. So we've done the double leg stretch. Let's go back to our squats again, shall we? So I'll turn sideways on. And again, bringing ourselves down into our squat and hold this position. So should we try and count to 10 in this position, yeah? So 10, well, count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. That's good. Should we do another 4 of those? Sounds like a good plan. So again, up we go, and 10, 9, keep on drawing those tummy muscles in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. That's good. And again, up we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more, guys, one more. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Oh, and shake those legs out. Well done. That's good. We're going to go on to a plie now. So feet about hip width apart, and we're going to bring our weight onto our heels, and in one quick motion I want you to just rotate those feet outwards, and wherever they land, that's your plie. You're going to keep your tailbone tucked under you. Think of that lengthening through the spine and those wide shoulder blades. And what we're going to do is we're going to just gently bend those knees so they come out over the toes, keeping your bum tucked in underneath you. Now, it's no good having these guys down here, is it? So let's bring those arms out to the side and let's hold this position. So what we could even do is some pulses in this position. Maybe 10 of them. And back up again. So I'm just going to go that little bit further apart now. There you go. Again, we keep tailbone tucked underneath us, nice and wide with the collarbones. And again, we're going to go into our plie, and we're going to pulse. So it's absolutely fine to do these without the weights, by the way, it is optional, but I've got several people that have said to me, you know what would be really good if you did a really difficult workout. It's not really what I set out to do with this channel. It really was about trying to make exercise accessible for people that you know needed it with things like low back pain. But you know what? This is good for me as well. I'm back up again. And the same again. So, I can definitely feel it in my thighs with this exercise, but we can actually make it involve the ankles a bit more. And the way we can do that is if we go into tiptoe there. So I'm going to bring yourself up into tiptoe on one side. So for you, that would be your left, and back down again, and over to the right. Should we do the same again? So over to your left, and then over to your right, and back up again. Oh, roll those shoulders out, and we'll go down one more time if that's okay. So again, so down we go, keep the tailbone underneath you, let's pulse for 10, 3, 5, and while we're down here, should we just do the ankles again? Here we go, 1 and the other. Keep those arms out to the side. Ho ho ho. Nearly there. And back up again. And shake those arms. Good, good, good. Keep hold of your weights there, yeah. So, good old lunges now. So, bring yourself back onto your mat. I'm going to lead with what will be your right leg. So, if you stride forwards for me, my weight is almost entirely through my right leg, and I want some hundreds out of you with these weights in the arms. So bring those hands up behind you, and lots of rapid pulses at the end of that elbow straightening movement. And back up again, and then the same on the opposite side. So there we go, keep on going with the hundreds and hold that position. Oh, that's good. And we'll go for 5 on each leg, shall we? So this will be our second. So we can make this harder as well. And the way we can make it harder is bringing more weight onto that front leg. And back again. Same again. So what we might even do on the very last one of our 5 is a stand just fully on the front leg, but we'll see. It's optional with all of these things. Okay, so bringing the weight onto that front leg, and if you really want to try a challenge, bring yourself up onto that front leg, draw that tummy in, focus on balancing, and let's see some hundreds from you, yeah? Keep on engaging the core. That's good. And back down again. And do the same on the other side. So bring that other leg forwards, bring that weight over that front knee. Let's lift up that leg and draw the tummy in, keep engaging, focus on a spot in front of you. And relax again. Good, well done if you managed that. Okay, well, what we're going to do now is go into some chest movements as well. I'm going to do the dumbwaiter. So we've done that previously in other things, and the dumbwaiter is basically arms up in front of you like you're holding on to 2 trays of drinks. In this case, we're holding on to 2 weights, and we're going to bring the arms out to the side. So what we can do, if that's alright, is we could actually just pulse gently in that movement there. So let's get those biceps working, and what we can do while we're doing this is keep ourselves moving. So imagine you've got 2 trays of drinks in your hands and you don't want to spill any of them, but we're just going to keep moving the arms with our bounce, and back in again, and again, out nice and wide. Just working those biceps a little bit. Again, if you had some bigger weights, you could use those at this point, and you could even try and do some slight bicep curls in this position as well. And back in again, and the same again. And we're going to go out a little bit further now to the side. And hopefully you can feel some arm movement, sorry, some arm muscle activity anyway. Okay. And back in again. And the same again, guys. So here we go, out to the sides. And let's bring those elbows further away from the sides again. And do a few pulses as we go. So if I move without, there you go. That's good. And relax. Well done, guys. Right, bring yourself back onto the mat, and we're going to be in a lunge position again. So I want you to lunge forwards with your right leg, yeah? So here we go, lunging forwards. And what I'm looking for, arms up in front of you now, holding those weights still, and we're going to do an arm opener. So what I'm going to do in this position is bringing one arm round and out to the side, and you engage the core muscle throughout that movement there, yeah? And then back in again. And then the same to the other side. So round we go. Keep on squeezing that tummy muscle in. And then back to the start position. And the same again, I'm just going to move so I've got more space here. And again. So we'll do 2 each time. 1. And again. Now, I've done 2 in a row on the same leg, so you better swap over and do the same on the opposite side. So swap over the leg that you're striding forwards on, bring those arms up in front of you again, and again, so opening up on one side, back to the start position, and swapping over to the other side. So there's lots of shoulder exercise going on here, really working on our deltoids. And back again. And if you want to work on your breath, it's an outward breath as we go round and then back in again. Should do another couple on each side. So here we go. So again, if you step back with your right leg, so you've got your, step back with your left leg, so you've got your right leg out in front of you, and again, opening up like the covers of a book. And then back in again, and the same to the other side, and again. And back up again. Stepping back with the opposite foot. Find that lunge position. And here we go. So I breathe out as I go with these movements and back to the start position. Right, well done. Well, we're going to do a little bit of reaching to finish off with. So do not drop your weights on your head. If there's any uncertainty, don't use your weights. Yeah. Arms out to the side. And what I want you to do for me on an outward breath is try and reach up with your left arm all the way up to the ceiling. If you feel that you can't go any further, hold it for a second and then just try and stretch that a little bit further. hold for a few seconds, keep that core engaged, and then back to the start position. And then the same to the opposite side. So again, reaching up, keep that core muscle engaged, draw that tummy in towards the spine, and down, and the same again. And again. And back. And draw the muscle in again, so engage your core, and an outward breath, we move the hand up to the ceiling. And then back down again. And one more time. And relax. So let's get rid of these weights. And we're going to finish off by doing a nice roll down, if that's all right. So let's bring your weight down towards your left hand side. Feel that stretch there. And then flop down in front of you like a rag doll. And then draw the tummy in and slowly bring yourself back up into standing there. And the same to the opposite side. Over to one side there. And then down in front of you. And then slowly back up again. So we've only done half an hour here, and you could easily progress these things into a full hour. You know, you're welcome to increase the number of repetitions, and you could, you know, add other moves in there as well. And then slowly back up again. So just making sure you've had a nice stretch to both sides a couple of times. And then relax again. We'll finish off by just doing a few gentle stretches. So let's stretch out your hamstrings first of all. So I bring my leg out in front of me. I hold and sustain that stretch. I stand sideways on. So I've kept my back nice and straight with this. Can you see? And then the same on the opposite side. Stretching, I'd aim to do 2 on each leg, holding for approximately somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds ideally. Stretching the front of the thigh, you can hold on to something if you need to, but again, keep those hips tucked underneath you. So what I don't want is you overarching the back. We keep our tailbone curled underneath us, hold for a few seconds, and then the same on the opposite side. And again. That's good. We can stretch our calf muscle out, so I'm going to lean against the fireplace there. My back heel stays flat on the ground. And the same on the opposite side. And notice with the stretches I don't bounce. That's good. Okay, we'll stretch the top of the hip now. So I'm going to bring myself, so I'm kneeling on the floor. I'll turn sideways onto you, and the leg that you're resting on the knee, let's bring that arm up to the ceiling and over and away from you. So we're stretching up all the way through the side here. And then swap over to the other side. So again, turn sideways onto you. Just lunge forwards, bring that other hand up to the ceiling and over to the side. That's good. And back up. So if we cross your legs one in front of the other, And what we can then do is lean over to the side, so if I turn around so you can see me a bit better. There you go. So over we go. And the same to the opposite side. That's good. And stretching that shoulder behind you. The calves are definitely getting a good stretch out here. And rolling those arms in front of you as well. Really spreading between the shoulder blades with this one. It's a nice stretch for the upper back. And give everything a good shake off there. So that was great. Hopefully you found a little bit of a challenge from that. I certainly did. And come back and join us for another workout. Take care, guys.